Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that warm Heritage welcome. I'm very, very humbled to be before you today, and my wife and I are so glad to be back. I can say I was for Heritage Foundation before it was cool. I really was. Thank you for supporting the extraordinary and historic work of the Heritage Foundation. You've made a difference in America, and we're just getting started. As I look around this room, I see so many people that I deeply admire and people that have been a mentoring role in my life for so many years. And to be here with the future Second Lady of the United States of America, Karen Pence, is a particular joy. And we are just 44 days away from when Donald Trump will be inaugurated as the 45th President of the United States of America. He did it, and it was common sense conservatives all across the land, just like all of you in this room, that made the difference. But I'm here today to really pay a debt of gratitude to Heritage Foundation and to express the appreciation on behalf of the President-elect for your generosity to this effort. That is, even as we speak, continuing to play an extraordinarily important role in the formation of this new government, a government that will take office on January 20th, and a president who I know will make America great again. I want to thank my friend Jim DeMint for that wonderful introduction. And Jim and his wonderful family have been friends for a long time. I so admire Jim. We were foot soldiers in the conservative battles back more than a decade ago on Capitol Hill, and to see his role here at Heritage Foundation widening out. Jim, we're just so proud and grateful for your strong conservative stand on the national stage. Jim and I are good enough friends to know that that kind introduction he did is the one I prefer is a little bit shorter. I'm a Christian, a conservative, and a Republican in that order. And it's an honor to be with you today. I'm also so grateful to your chairman, Tom Saunders, my friend, and vice chairman, Barb Gabby, and of course to the incomparable Ed Fulner, who each and every day is showing up for work at the transition office of the next President of the United States of America. Could you give Ed Fulner a standing ovation? I'm telling you what, he's made a difference in America, and he never quits. But I'm really here to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support of our new president-elect and for the ongoing support of the Heritage Foundation. Jim DeMint and I talk on a regular basis. I want to assure all of you who are the patrons of the Heritage Foundation that this administration has already, is now, and will continue to draw on the extraordinary intellectual resources and creativity, as other great Republican administrations have done so in the past, of the Heritage Foundation. We truly do believe that our President-elect has secured a mandate for leadership. And here at Heritage Foundation, you know something about that. Thirty of 50 states, more counties won since Ronald Reagan was the Republican candidate for re-election as president in 1984. It was a historic victory. And it was a victory that was born of ideas. And I want to share with you some of the President-elect's priorities and call on each one of you to draw on the resources of this great organization and to continue to support the work of Heritage Foundation as we address the challenges our nation faces in national security, in economic prosperity, and ensuring that we have a Supreme Court of the United States that will uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. But in each of these cases, I truly do believe what's always inspired me about the Heritage Foundation is its underpinning commitment to free enterprise, and in a little more plain-spoken way, its underpinning commitment to ensuring the ongoing vitality of the American dream. It really is what we're about. And before I leave the stage tonight, I want to share with you why that's so important to our President-elect and why it's so important to this Hoosier standing before you today. First and foremost, for America to be prosperous, for America to be strong, America must be safe. It was Ronald Reagan who taught us that peace comes through strength, and yet it would be in recent years. Despite the ongoing admonition of the Heritage Foundation about its central mission of a commitment to a national defense. The reality is today that this administration, and in so many ways for even longer, we've walked away from our commitment to be that arsenal of democracy in the world. Here's some stats for you. And remember, the Heritage Foundation was actually minted back in the day when Ed Follner had dark hair and was just a staff intern. It was minted around the mission of national defense, around one of my predecessors as conference chairman in the House of Representatives, who would go on to start an outside organization that would promote the principles of national security. Statistics, though, are rather jarring. Since 1991, our active duty armed forces have gone from 2 million to 1.3 million today. At the same time, our Navy has been reduced from over 500 ships to 272 today. The Air Force is roughly one-third smaller than that period of time. Our Navy is the smallest that it's been since the end of World War I. Our standing Army, the smallest that it's been since the end of the Second World War. Well, I want to promise you, the Obama era of weakening our national defenses is over. President-elect Donald Trump, recognizing the policies that have hollowed out our military. I will tell you that my son, I'm proud to say, is a pilot in the United States Marine Corps, and a source of great pride for our family. Thank you. But the average age of aircraft in our military today is older than my son. It's 25 years old. That's about to change, everybody. I want to promise you, we're going to roll our sleeves up in that first 100 days. We're going to pass a military supplemental. We're going to rebuild our military. We're going to restore the arsenal of democracy. We're going to give our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guard the resources and training they need to protect our nation, and they are going to hunt down and destroy ISIS at its source so it can no longer threaten our people or inspire violence in the homeland. And our President-elect is deeply committed not just to those in uniform, but those that have served in uniform. It was the first speech that I attended after the Republican National Convention. He laid out a 10-point plan to make sure that those who served in uniform, who have earned the health care benefits of the VA, receive world-class health care. And Donald Trump, as President of the United States, is going to fix the VA and ensure that those who served have all the benefits and world-class health care from day one. And I was just on Capitol Hill today, meeting with leaders in the Senate.